if you eat clean and you train very hard and you still feel like something is off, you get bloated, you've got brain fog, low energy, then this video is for you. I personally grew up with hypothyroidism, broken sleep, poor gut health, ADHD, stress, really bad health. And like many people, I thought that just going to the gym and eating a bit cleaner would be the main thing that would just make me feel amazing, super optimized, superhuman. But in reality, with the ambitions that I had in my life, I just burned myself out every week or few weeks, and I didn't know why, and I was stuck for a while. And now a few years later, 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs pay me to optimize their health and performance. So here I am. Now I'm gonna show you guys why eating clean and training hard is only about 20% of the equation when it comes to your health, your performance, your energy, when it comes to actually being optimized, right? Now, if you're a busy, ambitious person and you eat clean and you train hard, you've got a lot of stress, maybe you run a business, you're training 5, 6, 7 days a week, whatever, and you eat very clean, one mistake you're probably making is that you're under eating your calories massively. I made this mistake so many times where I would eat 3 to 4 meals per day. It was clean, but until I tracked my calories, I realized I was only having about 1.8, 2K calories per day. I was in like a 1,000 calorie deficit with how much stress I was under and how much I was moving my body and exercising. So one thing you can do right now or right after the video is track your calories right now, and you might be in a great surprise that you've been under eating massively, which will destroy you long term and kill your productivity. Now, a lot of people just think that eating clean and training hard will be the simple math equation that makes them feel very good. But what that leads to often is eating nutrient dead foods. They just end up eating chicken, rice, and broccoli. It has no nutrients in it. And they assume that that's going to fix the brain fog and the low energy. But in reality, you just end up getting a good pump. Your workouts might feel a lot better, but you'll probably just still feel like shit. Now, the reality of feeling good and being healthy is we have a lot of systems connected together outside of just what food we put inside our body and what we do with our body when we exercise, right? We've got sleep, we've got human connection, gut health, sunshine. We've got many different aspects of health that connect together. And if one thing is off, you're often not going to feel that good. One quick example is if you have leaky gut syndrome or you're eating in general when you're stressed, the food you eat, no matter how clean and high quality the food is, it could be grass-fed, organic pasture-raised eggs, the best beef in the world. If you're eating with poor gut health, you're not actually going to be able to break down the food and absorb the nutrients properly. Therefore, you're basically wasting money and not gaining the benefit from the food, which will then lower your energy, crash your hormones over time, and just make you still feel like shit. And yes, I understand that eating clean and training hard is a big part of health. It's part of the foundation of your health. But it is still not the entire foundation. There's many other aspects of your health you need to look at. Now, one big point I want to touch on, because you're more than likely an ambitious person, you want to optimize your health, and you more than likely have a very full stress bucket, which basically means, it's like the analogy. You've got a bucket and it's full of stresses, even if they're good stresses, bad stresses. You've got relationships, you've got business, you've got training, you've got whatever else is going on in your life, right? This is your stress bucket, and whether good or bad, when the stress bucket is full, that's when your system gets overloaded and you start feeling like shit and breaking down. So if this is you and you think the solution to feeling better is training more and dropping your calories even more, that's more and more stress on your body. You're spiking your cortisol way harder than it should be and way more than it's ready for, because your stress bucket is already full from your business, relationships, life, already your current set of training. So when you're in a calorie deficit and you train more, that's so much more stress that's going to absolutely bury you. So basically, you're not lacking discipline. You're doing the things you think are correct, but you're just overloading your stress bucket. Now, if you relate to this and you feel like you've been doing these mistakes, you might have been doing this for years and years and years, and it might have become a habit, and you might feel yourself feeling weak, or you just feel like you have this chronic stress that never really seems to go away. And along with that, you more than likely have tanked testosterone levels. Now, I understand this position because, as I said, I was in that position for years. I thought I was doing all the right things. I was extremely disciplined. I had a bunch of ambition. I wanted to be a good fighter. I wanted to grow a business. I wanted to read books. I wanted to do all these things, but I was just overloading my nervous system, my stress bucket, and I was under eating calories and training too much, right? And so I was just absolutely frying myself, and I never woke up with morning wood. I never woke up feeling that good. I always felt wired and tired. When I went to bed, I would just feel like I was awake mentally, but my body was pretty tired. And you might be feeling that as well. And you probably think there's something wrong with you because you think you're doing all the right things and you still feel brain foggy, tired, and you feel like shit. But now you know you're not broken. You're just not looking at the entire health system and addressing the things that actually connect with your brain fog, your low energy, and your overall performance. I've got clients like Gwethan and Kate who came to me already very ambitious, wanting to grow their business, doing a bunch of things with their day. And they came to me and I'm like, okay, you're just overloading your nervous system. You're not recovering properly. You've cut down your carbs. You're making many mistakes. You're just overloading yourself, and your recovery is not enough to allow you to produce what you're producing. The person who actually feels good isn't just disciplined eating chicken, rice, and broccoli, but they actually treat their health like an entire connected system with connection, sunlight, stress, gut health, sleep, etc. And not just calories in, calories out, eat clean, train harder. And so when it comes to feeling good, it's about managing the entire system and how it connects together, not just about this one area that everyone's talking about. Now, if you keep treating this like a problem where you just need to eat clean and train harder, I promise you, you're just going to keep burning out. You're going to crash your hormones, lower your testosterone, get even more brain fog, even worse low energy, and you're going to be stuck in a chronic state of stress where you just feel stressed all the time, even when nothing bad is actually going on. And it's just going to frustrate you and annoy you due to your lack of productivity, and because you think you're doing all the right things for your health, but you still feel like shit. Now, if you want to see how I help my clients restore and optimize their health using science-backed systems, real data, and building them a personalized plan around their busy lifestyle, you can click the link in the description or message me the word health on Instagram and we can chat from there. Ciao.